Team is out at the Milk Bar at Katie's Palace Bar, where we're merging one of the hottest spots in Joburg with one of the coolest and newest earphone brands around. Speaking of which, hello, the man of the moment, I say we go and get the skinny.
Let's go.
Deal. Part of the charm of technology evolving is that people actually get to live their dreams. And this is exactly what you've done, introducing Gold Khromo by Urban Enzo. So firstly, actually, congrats on your rockstar earphones.
Thank you
Where did this dream start?
You know, Gold Khromo has been a lifelong, dream of mine. I've always wanted to be in business, and I've always wanted to have my own product. I've been an avid music listener all my life. If people see me, they would have always seen me with earphones or headphones, and that's how much I love music. A few years ago, I traveled to Computex, which is this big tech show in the whole ASEAN region. And that's where I came across these manufacturers, They had a big music stand. They, displayed some of the earphones and the electronic music, technologies. And that's where I actually went and I visited them and I said, listen, this is what I want to do. Can you help me? And I sold my dream and my story to them. And that's how this whole Gold Khromo developed. It's been 2 years in the making, and it's finally here.
That looks fairly simple, but actually when you zone in on these earphones, there's quite a lot of detail. I mean, you can see the actual wiring that goes into the cord. Tell me more about the design.
Well, I wanted something different. I wanted something that is quite unique. Most earphones are made out of white plastic, and I wanted unique materials. So if you can see from the earphones, there's clear rubber on the cord, as well as metal and copper in the ceramic bullet design. It also has a unique bullet design, which is quite cool. It's not like your normal earbuds. It's made out of metal, and it also has some gold finishes on the outside, which gives it like a cool luxe design.
So I take it that's where Gold Khromo has come from. Everything from finishes to inspiration.
Yes.
Right. Now, this was all born out of your love for electronics, but I am almost sure that it took quite a bit of patience in terms of trying, testing, manufacturing. Talk us through that process.
It has been countless meetings, back and forth meetings from here and overseas, just to sit with them so that they can see who I am, And we just focused on like the specs on this Gold Khromo units, from like the frequency. So now with frequencies, sound is measured in hertz. So there's like two sides of hertz measurements. So it's the lower the hertz, the more bass it has, and the higher the hertz, the more treble it has. So I've went for a quite low hertz level, which is at 6, and a high hertz level at 31, which means 6, it's a deep bass, and 31 for a higher treble sound coming out of the frequency. And then also just impedance. So impedance is basically all electronics and all earphones work with some sort of electricity. So electricity does emit sound, and that sound is not quite attractive. It's like a hissing sound. So what impedance does is that the more higher the impedance level, the better you hear your music. And yes, so the impedance level of Gold Khromo is set at 18, which means it's quite high and it brings you clear quality music. And then there's also your sound pressure levels, which is your sensitivity, and that basically is how loud you want your music to sound. So the lowest sound level is at 0 decibels, and obviously the more higher you go, the more louder your music is. And I wanted to have a loud sounding unit. So my sound pressure level is at 125 decibels, which means it's quite loud. But the good thing about Gold Khromo earphones is that it is also noise cancelling, which means you can listen to your music and people next to you won't be able to hear what you are listening to. And I think that is a big thing for me. I would always get annoyed by being in an environment where people have earphones and I can hear what they are listening to. So I've worked on making this a noise cancelling unit. And then there's also like drivers. So drivers are what brings everything together. They contribute to a good quality sound. So I selected good quality and high performance drivers for this Gold Khromo unit. Drivers are the small compartments inside the earpiece that pushes sound. So Gold Khromo's drivers are really high quality, they're quite strong, and they are set at 7 millimeters. And that contributes to increased bass as well as a good audio rich experience.
Well, here's to keeping your sound golden on the go, and it's all about the bass, as they say. Well, it's a busy day for us at Edge, so from this spot, we're heading over to see exactly how celebrities are doing their coding for charity.